Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now, today I want to talk to you guys about why I made the jump from the iPhone 14 Pro Max to the Samsung S23 Ultra. Now, the first has to do with storage. The base storage on the iPhone 14 Pro Max is 120 gigabytes. And I think in 2023, for the top of the line flagship phone, that is just laughable. It's an absolute joke, especially when this phone shoots ProRAW photo with ProRes 10-bit HDR high efficiency video. These are very large files, and to have a phone that's only 128 gigabytes of storage, this will get filled up in no time, and it's just not enough storage to use all of these fancy features that the iPhone is capable of. I take these everywhere with me when I go anywhere with the kids. When we go camping, on vacations, I always take my phone as my main camera, and I'm always taking pictures and videos, and 128 gigabytes for all of these things that I need it for is nowhere near enough. But on the Samsung S23 Ultra, the base storage on this phone is 256 gigabytes, and because I got in on the pre-order, I got a free upgrade to 512 gigabytes. So instead of 128 gigabytes, I now have 512. And to somebody like me, that is a big difference. I definitely feel like I have some room to breathe. I'm not constantly looking at my storage, being afraid that I'm going to be shooting a video or taking photos when I'm out and about, and my storage is just going to fill up. Now, when it comes to batteries, the iPhones have pretty much been the rulers of this kingdom. I know the iPhone 13 Pro Max, I think, is still probably the king of all batteries. That thing has an absolutely insane battery life, and the 14 Pro Max isn't too far behind it. It also has a really good battery, and it's the reason that I always get the bigger phones, because I want the bigger battery, and iPhones have always been really good with that. I know Samsung's definitely weren't really able to compete with the iPhone battery up until the S23 and S23 Ultra. The batteries on these phones now are absolutely amazing. I can consistently get 6 to 8 hours of screen on time and about 2 to 2.5 days of use on a single charge. It is absolutely insane. And on top of that, the charging speeds on here are a lot quicker. The 14 Pro Max has a 25-watt peak charge, whereas the S23 Ultra charges at 45 watts. So it takes me about an hour and a half, even a little bit longer, to get a full charge from 0 to 100 on the 14 Pro Max. And I can get a full charge in a little bit under an hour with this phone. Now, another thing that I really like about the S23 Ultra over the iPhone 14s is the display. Samsung is well known for making some of the best displays in the world, and everything you do on this phone just looks absolutely amazing. Even the 120 hertz refresh rate just feels smoother for some reason on this phone. Even though iPhones can do 120 hertz refresh rate, they just feel a little bit better on the Samsung. And what I really like about Samsung's displays is you can even change the way they look. So if you go into your display settings and go to screen mode, you can change these between vivid or natural. So if you want more pungent, vivid colors, you can set that to vivid, and you can see how the colors will pop a little bit more. If you want a more natural look, you can go for that as well, and everything will kind of cool down a little bit and look more natural. And you can even change the white balance of this. So you can go ahead and pick between any of these and then go into advanced settings and even change the RGB values of your display. So it's really crazy. You can customize the look and feel of your whole entire display to your liking. There's nothing that the iPhone can do that even comes near that. All right, guys, now another thing that I like more on the S23 Ultra versus the 14 Pro Max is one-hand usability. So obviously, I like the bigger phones. I always go for the biggest option because I like the bigger battery and the bigger display. But using these phones one-handed is pretty much impossible. You can see there's no way that I can use these one-handed. My hands are just not big enough. So what do these phones offer to help you with that? Well, on the iPhone, you can scroll down like that, and it kind of just moves your screen down halfway, which is really not that great. You lose the whole bottom half of your phone, and there's really nothing else you can do. That's pretty much the limit of one-hand operation on this phone. But on the Samsung, if you do that, you can see that it actually minimizes your whole entire screen, and you can still use the bottom section of your phone. So you're not just losing that like on the iPhone. If you scroll down, you can see your bottom icons and menus are just gone. On the Samsung, they're still there. I wouldn't even recommend doing this because there's really no point, because Samsung has so many features and applications that can make one-handed operation of your phone absolutely amazing. So why would I want to minimize my phone when I paid for this big, beautiful screen? I don't want to do that. So instead, what you can do on your Samsung is get the Good Lock application and get the one-hand operation and Registar modules. And that will make using your phone one-handed so much easier. So to show you the power of that, you can see that if I swipe diagonally down, it will take a screenshot. If I swipe diagonally down and hold, it will open up calculator. I can swipe up to open my camera. I can swipe up and hold to open up my file manager. I can swipe sideways to open up my Google Drive. And then I can do the same thing from the other side. I can swipe down for my search, swipe down and hold for calendar, swipe up quickly to mute my phone and unmute it, swipe up and hold to bring up all of my Samsung notes, swipe from the side and hold, and I can bring up my Play Store. And then you also have back tap. I know iPhone has back tap, but it really doesn't have that many options in terms of what you can map to it. On the Samsung, I can double tap to take a screenshot. You can map this to anything else, and then I can triple tap and it will open up Reddit. So you can see just the amount of power that you have to use your phone one-handed. You can map so many different actions to all of these different applications and all these quick actions that you use on a regular daily basis, and it will just make using your phone one-handed so much easier. iPhone does not come even close to that. It is embarrassing. The Samsung absolutely embarrasses the iPhone in terms of what it can do for you in terms of customizability and one-hand operation. All right, guys, now before we move on, I want to give a quick shout out to my channel partners. I've partnered with Mint Mobile to bring you guys some amazing deals on your phone plan. So if you're overpaying for your phone plans or you want to look to bring down your monthly costs a little bit, you should check out Mint. They have prices starting for as low as $15 a month for 4 gigabytes that range all the way up to $30 a month for an unlimited plan. They also offer unlimited text and talk, nationwide coverage, and mobile hotspot on all of their plans. And it's super easy to switch over. Just pick a plan and Mint will do the rest. They'll provide you with an eSIM to get started right away, or if you require a physical SIM, they will send one over to you free of charge. Also, as a thank you for supporting my channel, I'm going to be sending out a phone case to the first 100 people who sign up using my Mint link. This is not coming from Mint, it is coming from me just as a way to say thank you for watching my content and supporting my channel by signing up using my link. So once you do sign up, just shoot me a quick email and we'll go over all of the details. All right, guys, now let's talk about the cameras on these phones. And I'm going to be honest, I don't really hang my head too hard over this. Both phones take really good cameras. They have really good camera systems. But at the end of the day, I do have to give this win to the Samsung just because it has a lot more features when it comes to what's in the cameras, and the hardware itself is more capable. So to give you an example, if we look at the iPhone, we have photo, we have video, cinematic, slow-mo, time-lapse, and then we have portrait and panel mode, and that's pretty much it. Whereas on the Samsung, we have portrait, photo, video, and then if we go to more, you can see just how many options in here we have. We have expert, raw, and pro, which will allow you to manually control all the aspects of the camera like ISO and shutter speed and focal length. We also have panorama, we have food, we have night photography, which is really great, super slow motion, hyperlapse, single take, director's view, which will open up your front camera and your back camera at the same time, portrait video. There is so many more options in here that will allow you to just use whatever type of camera you want. But it's the optical zoom that's amazing on here. You get a 10x optical zoom, and that means it's zooming using the actual hardware on your phone. So you are retaining amazing picture quality even at 10x. Whereas on the iPhone, if you go over 3x, you're going to start losing quality because it's going to be a digital zoom. So I definitely got to give Samsung the win when it comes to the cameras. Now, another reason that I really like the Samsung S23 Ultra over the iPhone is because of the S Pen. And I know some people think it's a gimmick. Some people think you don't really use it that often. And I will admit, I don't use it that often. But when I do, it is really nice to have it. And one of the use cases I use the most for it is taking quick notes or quick memos directly on my screen. So if I ever have to write something down really quick, like an appointment or somebody's contact information, I can just pull my pen out and start writing directly on the screen and then save it to my Samsung Notes. I also find myself using it often if I'm ever doing split screen multitasking. So if I'm ever doing something up here and then I have the bottom section of the screen down here, I find it a lot easier to use the S Pen because the elements on here when you're in split screen are a little bit smaller, and using your S Pen just makes everything a little bit easier to touch or do whatever it is that you need to do when you're in split screen multitasking. Now, another thing that I really like about the S23 Ultra, and another reason that it absolutely crushes the iPhone, is that this phone has power that's actually usable. These are both absolutely amazing processors in here. These phones can do anything, but the problem is, what can they do? For example, on the iPhone, you really can't do anything on this phone except use the phone for what it is. Whereas on the Samsung, you can do split screen multitasking. So you can open up a browser up here, you can open up your calendars down here, then you can go into your Edge panel, find your messaging app, and put it out here in the middle. And you can see I have 3 apps running at the same time, and I can use them all at the same time. Also on the Samsung, we have Samsung DeX, which will allow you to connect your phone to a monitor and even connect peripherals like a keyboard and a mouse to your phone and use your phone as a standalone computer that powers your workstation. And you can do all of your daily activities without even actually needing a computer or a laptop. Your phone can do all of that for you. That is absolutely incredible. And I think more people need to be using this. You don't even need a laptop. It's amazing. The iPhone can't do anything near that. So what is the point of having the most amazing advanced A16 Bionic chip in here, which squashes all the competition, if there's nothing that you can do with that? Like, what am I gonna do with that chip? Go on Instagram, play a few, app store games? The Samsung definitely takes the cake when it comes to what you can actually do with the power of these processors. Yes, the iPhone still does have some things that I miss that iPhone does better. For example, Face Unlock is irreplaceable. I absolutely love Face Unlock. I can get into all of my banking applications or my password managers by just using my face instead of having to write out those really long, complicated passwords. I also do miss the Apple ecosystem. As I said, I have 3 MacBooks, I have AirPods, I have an Apple Watch. So it was pretty difficult to rip out of those claws of the Apple ecosystem. It really is an amazing ecosystem. It works flawlessly, and I can safely say that there's no other ecosystem out there that can do what the Apple ecosystem can do. But it was a sacrifice I was willing to make for all these other features. I think that the Samsung phone itself is a lot more complete. I think you're getting a lot more value for the money that you're spending on this phone versus the iPhone. And the One UI operating system just feels a little bit more complete and just a lot more freeing. There's so much more that you can do on these phones, and it just makes using this phone so much fun. When I pick up the iPhone, I really don't feel anything. Yes, it's a great phone, but it doesn't make me happy. When I pick up the Samsung S23 Ultra, it's like I have a smile on my face. There's fireworks going off. It is a very, very fun phone to use. And for me personally, it just offers a lot of what I'm looking for from my daily life. But there you go, guys. That's gonna do it for this video. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you came from the Apple ecosystem over to Samsung. How are you enjoying your stay? Do you miss the iPhone? What do you miss about the iPhone or the Apple ecosystem? Or have you completely jumped ship and you are never looking back? Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, we just hit 10,000 subscribers like 20 minutes ago. Thank you guys so much. I can't believe we made it to 10,000 subscribers. You guys have been absolutely killing it this last month. I am really, really happy that you guys are enjoying my content and subscribing. I'm loving making these videos, and as long as you guys keep watching, I'm gonna keep making them. So be sure to leave a like, subscribe for future videos to come, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.